Hey everyone, I need to get this off my chest because it's been eating at me for years. I've never really told anyone about this, and to be honest, I'm still not sure what I saw that night. This happened when I was about 14, visiting my grandparents' old farmhouse out in the middle of nowhere. It's one of those places that's charming during the day but gets really creepy once the sun goes down. So my grandparents had this rule: never go into the attic. As a kid, I was curious about it, of course, but they always had an excuse. Oh, it's just full of old junk, or the floorboards are weak, we don't want you getting hurt. I let it go for a while, but on this trip, my curiosity got the best of me. One night, my grandparents went to bed early. I was in the living room flipping through channels on the old TV, but it was all static. Bored out of my mind, I kept glancing up at the ceiling where I knew the attic entrance was. There was this old wooden pull-down ladder. I figured, why not just take a quick peek? What's the worst that could happen? I pulled down the ladder as quietly as I could, and it creaked like it hadn't been used in years. I climbed up slowly, my heart pounding in my chest. The attic was pitch black, so I used the flashlight on my phone. The beam cut through the darkness, revealing dusty old furniture, boxes piled high, and a bunch of creepy old portraits stacked against the wall, faces staring out at me with blank eyes. But then, in the corner, I saw this old rocking chair, and I kid you not, it was moving, just slightly, like it was being pushed by the wind. But here's the thing. There were no windows open, no breeze coming in, nothing that could have moved it. I told myself maybe it was just settling, you know? Old houses do that. Just as I was about to turn back, I noticed something else. There was this old cracked mirror leaning against the wall, and it was reflecting the rocking chair. But in the reflection, there was someone sitting in it. I couldn't make out all the details, but it was a woman. Long, tangled hair, eyes sunken deep into her face. She was just staring straight ahead, her mouth slightly open like she was about to say something. I whipped around to look at the chair directly, and it was empty. I looked back at the mirror. She was still there, but now her head was turning slowly, her eyes locking right onto mine. I swear it felt like she was staring straight through me, like she could see into my soul. I nearly fell off the ladder trying to get down. I didn't even bother closing the attic. I just ran to my room and hid under the blankets like a little kid. I didn't sleep a wink that night. The next morning, I decided to confront my grandparents about it. I was freaked out, but I also wanted answers. So at breakfast, I casually asked them, "Hey, what's the deal with the attic?" My grandpa's face went pale, and my grandma shot him this look, like a silent conversation was happening between them. Finally, my grandma said, "We don't go up there because of her." She didn't even need to explain who her was. I knew she meant the woman in the mirror. My grandpa said that years ago, before they bought the house, a woman lived there who was believed to be a witch or something. She disappeared one night and no one ever saw her again. People in town said she cursed the house and that her spirit still lingers in the attic waiting. They made me promise never to go up there again, and believe me, I had no intention of ever doing that. I haven't been back to that house in years, but every now and then, I'll have a nightmare about it. In my dreams, I'm back in the attic staring at that mirror, and the woman is closer, almost like she's reaching out for me. And the worst part? In the last dream I had, she wasn't in the mirror anymore. She was standing right behind me. Let me know if that's the kind of story you were looking for, or if you want me to tweak anything.